Happy New Year's. Welcome 2026. We are calling this year in. We are creating this year. We are, being our most authentic versions of ourselves this year. We are showing up as who we want to be expressed as, and that could look like many different versions of you. Okay, let's do a little sound cleanse before we begin and before we get into today's message. So, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I am really excited for 2026. I mean, 2025 was an interesting year to say the least. It was definitely not what I was expecting in my timeline, in my path, but so much happened and it all led me to what I'm going to create in 2026. So I'm so freaking excited to create, and I hope you are too. And look at that, the message we got. So we have the artist. Live your art. And what a beautiful card. That is literally exactly what I am talking about. Okay. Being the own creator of your own world, just like how that person is painting their own world. You get to paint your own world. So when you're painting this world, what does it look like? What are you creating? What are you painting your world with? So this could be literal. Maybe you need to pick up that paintbrush again and start painting. And maybe it's not so literal. Maybe it's, painting your own thoughts that you are having, painting your own belief systems, painting how you feel, painting with feelings. Not, we do not always need to paint with a paintbrush. I mean, of course we can. And any person would consider painting with an actual paintbrush, but you can also paint with your thoughts. You can paint when you are on a walk, making it a more artistic routine, a more artistic task rather than it just being a plain walk. Make it poetic. I know that when I was in the process of writing my book, If My Heart Could Talk, I went on many creative walks. I went on many poetic walks where I would set an intention before the walk. And, I knew that I was writing this book, and whatever was needed to come through for me to write this book, I went on those poetic walks where I allowed myself to be more intentional, connect with myself, connect with that artist within me, the artist within me, and let her guide wherever she needs to be guided. And I did not, when I wrote this book, I had no idea it would be a poem book. So if you don't know, If My Heart Could Talk is a poetry collection where I literally, what the book says, if my heart could talk, letting my heart talk in a more creative, artistic way. And we also have one more card here. It says, let them. And if you have heard the Let Them theory by Mel Robbins, I think, if you know what I'm talking about, let them. Free yourself from their projections. So, we're in a whole new year now, 2026. So, are there any projections you are holding on to from previous versions of yourself, or family members, or loved ones, or friends? Are you holding on to any projections that are no longer serving you and this beautiful artist that you are becoming in 2026? Okay, let's get some more cards. And I also want to read you a poem. I want to pick a poem from the book and see what we get. But 2026 is going to be such a beautiful year for you. We have body wisdom. Your body is always communicating. If you have been following me, you know that I have been going through my own journey of body healing. And a huge thing I learned this last year is how my body responds to movement, how to let it flow with movement. So I remember previously in the previous years, when I first started getting into working out and taking care of my physical body, I was always following someone else. I was always following like a guide or a routine that someone else had created for me, and I would follow that instead of listening to what my body had to say. And my body had to say something completely differently. I had no idea why I was following a workout guide of a man who is twice my age and doing workouts and lifting weights that my body felt paralyzed by. Before I even thought about going into the gym, my body would just shut down. My nervous system would shut down because I would be forcing myself to just freeze it on purpose. I remember when I first started working out, and this is just a message coming through. I don't know who needs to hear this. Maybe 2026 is your year where you reclaim your body, you reclaim your health, you take back control of your own body. And, even would let them free yourself from their projections, but also freeing yourself from your own projections. Listening to your body, it is always communicating with you. What does that look like? So when you wake up and let's say you have an urge to go to the gym, but everything is telling you not to go to the gym. So then you make an excuse, you say, what, it's too cold outside, or it's not driving conditions, which of course I want you to be safe. But, if we can let these excuses pile up if we don't take action. So taking action does not need to be scary. We can take action by moving slowly and being more intentional with the actions that we are taking. So if you wake up and instantly you're filled with a billion different excuses, one thing you can do is literally take out a piece of paper and write down the things that you are grateful for. And I'm looking for a pen. This is such a simple exercise. Actually, let me just show you. I have my gratitude journal here, which I love, the 5-minute journal, and it is all filled up from this 2025. And I'm going to start a whole new one. But what gratitude does is it reprograms the brain right from waking up. Your brain instantly knows, okay, brain, today we are going to focus on things that are going to move us forward, that are not going to hold us back, that are going to be more aligned with this new version of ourselves that we are creating in 2026. Okay. So get yourself this gratitude journal or get yourself a piece of paper. Again, don't complicate this. Your body might be saying, okay, I need to go to the store now because Nav said I need this 5-minute journal. And then it's snowing outside and you're not able to drive. So then you complicate it. You make it this whole thing where instead of just grabbing a piece of paper, which you 100% have in your house, and a pen, which you 100% have in your house, and something to sit on, which you 100% have at your house, sit down, grab a piece of paper, and start writing down the things that you are grateful for. Something so simple, but so massive if you really think about it. I mean, being grateful for your body, being grateful for your legs, being grateful for your heart, being grateful for your bones, for keeping you strong and healthy, for being grateful for this gratitude journal, for being grateful for having hands that get to write on this beautiful paper. And it is a blank piece of paper. And right in the morning, imagine this as your day. This is your day for today. What are you going to fill this day up with? So I would start writing things that I'm already grateful for, maybe things I'm excited about. So what am I excited about today? I am excited to walk my dog. I found a pen. Yay. I am excited to feed the chickens. I am excited to light my candle. I am excited to write in my growth journal, which is another journal that I absolutely love. Today, wow, this could not be more on time. Okay, so again, I also fill up this journal and I have January 1st filled out there, and today is January 2nd. So let's just go ahead and do this together, okay? So January 2nd, 2026. Write a mission statement for your life. So go ahead, grab yourself a piece of paper, and I want you to write down on the top of the piece of paper, write a mission statement for your life. Just write that for now, okay? Write that at the top, and then leave some space. And on the bottom half of the page, write down things I'm grateful for right now. So at the top, we are going to write a mission statement for my life. And then at the bottom, things I am grateful for. So, number one, write a mission statement for your life. We are going to write this 2 times. We're going to write it first, and then we are going to move to things that we are grateful for. And then we are going to re-examine our original mission statement and rewrite another one based on if our mission statement for our life changed after focusing on the things that we are grateful for. Okay, so let's set a timer here. We're going to set a timer for 2 minutes. And in these 2 minutes, I want you to write down just whatever comes up, your mission statement for your life right now. All right, let's get started. 2 minutes. It's not the easiest thing. It's not the easiest thing. So maybe we need to break this down a little bit, okay? And I have my timer going still. Feel free to pause me if you're like writing and you know exactly what your mission statement is. But let's, let's take a step back and first identify what a mission statement is. So, a mission statement, the way I see it is, what is that thing that you would love to see in the world? From your perspective, what would you love if every single person was doing this thing, if your world was exactly what you wanted it to be? What would that look like from your perspective? So that is what I see as a mission statement, kind of like, all right, world, this is me, Navreet, here I am. And my mission, and we're not making this like a lifelong thing, even though the prompt says write a mission statement for my life. If we focus on our life right now, so who are you right now? Maybe right now you have a job. Maybe right now you are married. Maybe right now you are divorced or just got out of a relationship, or you just met someone, or you are just starting a brand new job, or you left your job and you are now going your own creative way. Where are you right now at this very moment? And the world around you, is it the world that you are creating for yourself within? Or is the world that you want to create within and you are actively trying to create within, is it being reflected in your outer environment? And if the answer is no, then before we even get into creating a mission statement for ourselves, we have to look within and figure out, are we living in alignment with our most authentic, truest self? And the biggest indicator for me personally has been to look at my external environment. Do I have people in my life that I love, that love me back just as much? Do I have, a community of people who support me and cheer me on? Or Do I have people who are not in alignment with the life that I want to create for myself? Even what I choose to do and how I spend my time from morning to night, am I doing things that are in alignment with my highest version of myself? So, there's a whole inner work that has to go into figuring that out first. And that's why doing that inner work and figuring out who you are, having self awareness about who you are, is the biggest thing that you can do for yourself. So I will have some resources to help you get started with inner work down below. Definitely check them out. That is where I started my journey, and that is where I recommend that you start your journey by first taking out all that gunk that might be hiding within you. Things like a mother wound. That's what my book is about. Things like a father wound, childhood wound, heart wound, body wounds. What are you holding on to? What are your hips holding on to? What is your neck, your jaw holding on to? Um, wow. Okay, I did say I was going to pick out a poem as well. So this is from the Dear Ancestors section. And don't worry, this is all going to be related. We're going to get back to our prompts that we wrote. But the poem that we got is the dream that was whispered long before your name was ever spoken. Okay, before that, we have, so this is the start of the Dear Ancestors section, a journey through memory, devotion, and return. And it starts with, you are the breath of the ancestor who never stopped believing. The dream that was whispered long before your name was ever spoken. All right, so maybe your mission statement has to do something with what your ancestors were here to create. Whether or not you are in touch with your ancestral lineage, whether you connect or have a relationship with your ancestors or not, that's okay. But this is something to start thinking about. Maybe your mission statement is something so beyond you, something so beyond just this physical body. Maybe it is something that your ancestors created or were working on long before you, and now you get to carry out that mission. I mean, isn't that the most beautiful thing ever? The dream, you are the dream that was whispered long before your name was ever spoken. Your ancestors knew that you were coming into this world. They knew that you have everything you need in order to fulfill, in order to realize the mission that you are here to fulfill in your lifetime. So, okay, wow, full circle moment. I knew we needed to get a poem. I'm so glad we did, because that just all connects back to our mission statement here. Okay, so let's do that again. Excuse me, but let's do that again. We're going to set another 2-minute timer, and we are going to write down our first mission statement for your life. Okay, so 2 minutes starting now. Okay, I hope that that felt easier this time. For me, it definitely did. So we still have a minute left, but go ahead and pause this and take as much time as you need. But I'm going to read out mine. I want to help people heal their heart by going within. Wow. So definitely share your with me, please. You can leave it in the comments, or you can message me on Instagram at navreet.pabla. But now we're going to take some time and list out things that we are grateful for right now in this very moment. Wow. So again, take some time to list it all out, but here's what I have: sharing my message, showing up for myself, creating, grateful for my body, my heart. I'm grateful for my freedom, my peace, my love. I'm grateful for gratitude, having gratitude. I'm grateful for my family, my friends. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the moon. I'm grateful for yoga. And what I want to do now is we are going to go back to our mission statement and we are going to write it down one more time. So we're going to see if anything changed after we introduced a little bit of gratitude into our present moment. Let's reset. Okay. Okay. So I have help people heal their hearts by teaching them self-love and healing inner wounds. So, as you can see, it's a bit more specific. I think I also just gave myself more time to really think about it more specifically. What do I want to create? And I want to read something to you that I have in my book, and it's right under my dream. So, on page 7, I am a poet, yes, but more than that, I am a healer, a guide. My dream is to see a billion hearts feel safe enough to be witnessed, to be heard, to come home to themselves. And that is exactly what this book is for. If you want to grab a copy for yourself or a loved one, I will have the link to Amazon below. But coming home to yourself, coming home to your heart, that is the journey that we are on in 2026. So this is my sort of mission statement. And so when you do something like this in the morning, it opens up a pathway for you to now see, okay, all right, universe, our goal, our mission is to help people heal their hearts by teaching them self-love. So how am I going to do that today? Well, first, I'm going to do that by showing myself compassion, by showing myself love, by loving my own self, and then showing up from that energy to help others do the same. All right. I'm so beyond excited to see what you wrote and what you shared. Please definitely share that with me. And we're going to get one card to close off this reading. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad we got a chance to do a little prompt. And if you love this stuff, again, definitely check out the resources that I share with you down below. Sacred Descent, Sunset leads us inward. How beautiful, because I feel like closing down this video sort of feels like a sunset coming down. We went to the top, we figured out our mission statement for our life. I mean, come on. Okay, whether you're watching this at night or in the afternoon or in the evening, this should have gotten you fired up for what you are here to create and what you want to spend your time doing. This gives you a clear reset of how to show up, how to be that authentic version of yourself that gets excited to wake up and do this, to help people, fill in the blanks, whatever you wrote for your mission statement. If you need more help in figuring out your life purpose, your life path, what you are here to do, leave me your comments below because I'm going to create more videos to help you get deeper with this. So I love you so much. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you later. Bye.